is Lake Travis. Hello. And here is my Airbnb. Isn't this amazing?
Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of a 2-part vlog where I share my solo trip to Texas. If you haven't seen part 1, then I recommend that you go and watch that first. Today I'll be sharing about the second leg of my trip, which was to Lake Travis and Fort Worth. In the morning, I woke up and took advantage of the continental breakfast at my hotel because it was free. I had decided that this day was going to be my outdoorsy day. I am not very outdoorsy, but I knew going to Texas, I wanted to experience actual Texas and not just indoors Texas. And I went to Zilker Park, which is like a really big park that they have right across the river from downtown Austin. So I know you can hear some road noise right now. I swear I'm in nature, but I really could not be more outdoorsy right now because there was a park bathroom and there was no toilet paper. And I pooped and I used a napkin. I mean, does it get more outdoorsy than that? There are a bunch of walking or hiking trails. There are playing fields, picnic areas, all kinds of stuff there. And there's also a botanical garden. So I did stop in at the botanical garden. It did cost money to go to the botanical garden, but I think it was like $5. So I paid it. I walked around. It was really cool. I got to see a lot of Texas foliage, not super natural, but it was cool anyway. Then I went on a long walk in Zilker Park. There is a pathway that goes along the Colorado River and goes up to like this little point where you can see the city really beautifully. So I walked that whole path along the river, didn't really know what I was getting into or how long it was going to be, but it was so worth it. It was really cool. And when you got to the end, you could see the city and the water was such a gorgeous blue-green color. Oh, it was beautiful. There were people paddle boarding, kayaking, canoeing, whatever. It was just so serene and so pretty. Hello, it is about 1 o'clock and I am eating lunch here in a picnic area in Zilker Park. I packed my dinner from last night with a bag of ice so that it would stay cool. How smart am I? I'm just gonna eat in this lovely little area. There's a view of Austin down there. Lots of trees. It's beautiful. No one else wants to picnic, but I do. And the weather the whole weekend I was there was like perfect. It was like 75 and sunny the whole time. It was just gorgeous. And it just really made me love Austin. After that, I said farewell to Austin and I headed about an hour east to Lake Travis. So Lake Travis is like a really big lake outside of Austin that's in hill country. So there are bunches of hills that surround it and you drive through the hills to get there and to get around there. And I stopped in at a place called the Oasis at Lake Travis, which is kind of like a tourist trap. And basically they have like bars and restaurants that look over the lake. I at that time didn't need to eat or drink anything, so I just went and enjoyed the view. They had a lookout over the lake that you could go to that was really awesome. And so I enjoyed the view for a while before I got back in my car and kept on trucking. So I drove a little bit more after stopping at the Oasis and I had an Airbnb nearby that it wasn't time to check into yet. And I just thought, what if I go on a hike? Y'all, I don't go on hikes. I don't go outdoors. I don't know what came over me. It was just so beautiful. When you were driving in this area, you were winding through these hills and this gorgeous, gorgeous countryside. Oh, it was magical. And I was like, I need to be outside. Somehow I have gotten myself into this predicament on a gravel road on the top of a hill, just hoping that my car makes it. Oh, there's cactus, hello. trail nearby, and I went and parked there, and then I went on a hike. All right, I'm about to start an actual legitimate hike. I don't know that I've ever been more scared in my life, but I think it'll be an adventure. Here's the trailhead, because I'm somewhere with the name of a trailhead. See? Oh, off to a good start. Off to a good start, folks. Also, I am literally the only human here. Like, there's my car. That's it. So if I go, and no one will know. The hike was totally worth it. I was exhausted, but I'm glad I survived, and I'm glad that I did it. It felt really empowering to do that and to not get murdered. Okay, y'all, I made it to the observation deck. Had to put the hair up, but look at this view. 1 second. Stunning. That's the Colorado River in the background. My gosh, this is incredible. I get why people like hiking. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, a little bit cool. After that, I was really hungry, but it was a Sunday, and as it turns out, all of the little local places nearby were closed. So I ended up finding one little food truck that was open in this food truck park, and I ended up getting tacos from there. Cute. I took my dinner to the Airbnb and I ate it there. And I will show you this Airbnb. It was so cute, so serene, so peaceful. It was amazing. I will be linking this Airbnb in the description if you are interested in staying there. It was amazing. And the couple who lived there was super sweet. I will say there's not much to eat in the area, so just be prepared for that. It's not, you're out in the countryside. There's not a lot nearby, but there is the lake, so you could do lake activities if that's what you're looking to do. Y'all, I just got to my Airbnb and it is so stinking cute. I'm obsessed. Let me give you a tour.
That's Lake Travis. Hello. And here is my Airbnb. Isn't this amazing? Has this swing chair, a little table. I'm about to eat here. Oh my gosh. The aesthetic of this place. It's pink door, blue and green. It's called the Fishy House. We'll go inside. Ah, how cute is this? How cute. The shiplap. I just met the couple who owns it. They're super sweet and they live right above this. Oh, the colors are amazing in here. It's so like modern and efficient. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen anything like this? Turn on a light. I'm beside myself. I want to live here. I want to live in the Fishy House. Wow. I'm excited. That night, I wanted to really enjoy my Airbnb, so I sat outside on the porch swing for hours and hours. I journaled, I did my quiet time, I read a book outside while the stars were out. I just really soaked it in. It was amazing. Unfortunately, there were still Texas and mosquitoes, so I did get a few mosquito bites, but that's okay. Then I had a great night's sleep in a great bed in that Airbnb and woke up bright and early the next morning because you can't go to Texas without doing a horseback ride.
So I had signed up for a horseback ride about a month before my trip. I knew I wanted to do it. It's such a Texas thing to do, and I've never been on a horse before. And I wanted it to feel super authentic. So I found a ranch that had trail rides that was really well reviewed. And when I got to the ranch, there was this barn with all these horses and like little kitties running around. It was so cool. It was so Texas. It was great. The horseback ride was one other couple, me, and then the ranch hand, maybe that's what they're called, who was leading the ride, which was great because it wasn't too awkward with it just being like me and one other person or anything like that. So it was a great vibe. It was beautiful. It was awesome. I really liked it. I'm not gonna like take up horseback riding anytime soon, but it was a cool experience, and I was super sore the next day. Did not realize how horseback riding uses all of your different muscles. Didn't know that. Now I do. Of course, I brought cowboy boots just for this ride. Yes, I lugged cowboy boots all the way to Texas for one horseback ride. Once my horseback ride was over, I drove up to Fort Worth. I was flying out of Dallas the next day, and Fort Worth is just outside of Dallas, so I'd already seen Dallas, so I wanted to see something else, so I chose to stay in Fort Worth for a night. And on the way to Fort Worth, I stopped again at In-N-Out because I loved it so much after going the first time, and I had it again, and it was just as good. I can still taste it if I close my eyes, honestly. When I got to Fort Worth, I did not realize the area I was in was a Stockyards Exchange, and it is super touristy. And my hotel was one of the fanciest places I've ever seen, and I booked it for free, and I don't know how. It's like a new hotel that is completely decked out to be a part of this like cowboy southwestern town. It was nuts. Let me show y'all the hotel tour and the room tour. How cool this elevator is. So cool. Y'all, I have to show you how absolutely insane this hotel room is. By the way, this was booked with points, and I got this room. This hotel must be brand spanking new. I've never seen anything like this. This is what the door looks like with these little lights with the room numbers and the wood paneling. And you go in, look at all this artwork. Okay, so the bathroom is on the left here with a beautiful barn door. I mean, that's gorgeous. Look at this flooring. Oh my gosh, that gold and black marble, hello. Even this little lamp. Look at this shower. I don't even need to shower, and I'm gonna have to shower because like, it's insane. Okay, and then over here is the little toilet area, more artwork, pocket door. Look at this wallpapering. Have you ever seen, oh my gosh, look at these light switches. Oh, it's a dimmer. And this is the light switch. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, then we come out here. First of all, there's a boot cleaner if you want to clean your boots. This wooden, beautiful cabinetry, and wait till you see inside. You open it up, it lights up, bathrobes, mugs,
the little kitchen area. What? What? Then this beautiful furniture. The TV has a frame around it. This mirror. A little amp. Oh my gosh, this chair that doubles as a coat rack. This chair. Oh my gosh, look at this lamp. This is furry. And this bed is decadent. Look at the belt buckles. I mean, and look at this light. The leather belts. I guess that's saddle things. I forget what they're called, stirrups? That's not right, but whatever. And this painting. And this super modern lights again, and the thermostat, and then a little view. Like what? What is this? Where am I? Fort Worth. This is the Hotel Drover, and it is amazing. And this super cool rug. Look at this wooden flooring. It's real hardwood. You know what? They are charging me $28 to Ballet Park, and I'm not even mad right now. It is worth it. 100%. Wow. Fort Worth itself was super touristy. It's supposed to feel like an old Western town, you know. And then I think twice a day, they have a time where they let out the cattle and they walk them down the street, down the cobblestone street. And you just see these huge cattle with these huge horns walking down with these guys who are dressed like authentic cowboys. I loved it. I thought it was great. Even if it's a little gimmicky, I loved it. It was really cool. After the cattle drive, I took myself out for dinner at Risky's Barbecue in Fort Worth, which was okay. There were a lot of flies. That's my main complaint. But had a good dinner. It was fine. Then there was a gorgeous sunset, so I walked up some steps and watched the sunset from the top of a hill. And then I wanted to treat myself for the last night of my trip, and I knew I was staying in this fancy hotel where they give you like a robe and all of that. So I went and got myself ice cream. Since I don't drink, I was gonna have a glass of wine, but I decided I'll just go get ice cream. So I got ice cream, I put on my big fancy robe, and then I watched a rodeo on TV while I ate my ice cream in my robe and took like a silly little fancy photo shoot in my fancy hotel. The next morning, I flew back out of Dallas to Fort Myers and said goodbye to Texas. I had so much fun on this solo trip. If you have never been on a solo trip, you're scared to travel alone, you don't know if it will be fun, it will be fun if you make it fun. This trip was one of my favorite trips I have ever taken, and I think part of that is because I got to do everything that I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Like there was no one else there who was hungry at a different time than I was, or who didn't want to do what I wanted to do. Like everything I wanted to do happened exactly how I wanted it to, and it felt so good. The trip was absolutely perfect because of that. So highly encourage you to solo travel. Of course, do it safely. I shared my entire itinerary with my mom before I went. I shared like hotel information. I shared hotel information, reservation information, exactly what restaurants I thought I was going to go to. She has me on Find Friends so that if anything should happen, she would know and be clued in. Texas definitely has a piece of my heart after that trip. I honestly left like, should I move to Texas? Thank you so much for following along on my solo trip journey to Texas. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed being there and filming it all. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe and like for more content from me. Bye.